Taoist Astrology, or Wu Xing. Note that if you were born in the 3-year Wu Xing spring season under the sign of the rabbit, tiger, or dragon, or if you were born in a wood year, meaning a year ending in 4 or 5, and therefore have wood as your heaven stem, this audio recording applies to you. Also, if you were born in late January or February, check Google to find the exact date on your year of birth when the lunar calendar proceeds to the next sign. Taoist astrology cusps are more cut and dry than Western astrology. There isn't the typical blending that occurs with sun signs. You're usually either one Taoist animal or another. The Taoist year begins on a new moon, unlike the Western year that begins January 1st. Taoist astrology, like Western astrology, is described as a cosmic science for understanding another shade or layer of the cosmic onion of the soul. An understanding of the Western astrology of the soul and the Taoist astrology of the chi function can powerfully illuminate their respective roles, functions, and dynamics in the human psyche, and in some ways are essential tenets in regards to self-awareness and self-realization. The following material is a compilation of my own works interspersed with quotes from 2 major texts, Taoist Astrology by Suzanne Leavitt and the Handbook of Chinese Horoscopes by Theodora and Laura Lau. Understanding the 5 elements. A fundamental part of Oriental philosophy is the relationships and interactions among the 5 basic elements of which the universe is composed: metal, water, wood, fire, and earth. Each of these is divided into conducive and controlling relationships. These elements are interdependent. Each is controlled by another while contributing to the existence of a different element. Note that dynamic alchemies between people are not bad. In fact, the flux of opposed chi energies of people are the magnetic tension which itself keeps chi energy vitally moving and potent, transpersonally speaking. Contrast between terrestrial perspectives work to reveal the transcendental object of truth hidden between the lines of each subject's viewpoint and nature. The alchemical blend of the 5 Taoist elements creates many healing modalities, including harmonious relationships and compatibility. This is demonstrated in nurturing relationships and friendships. Yet some elemental blends are not harmonious vibrationally speaking. This is demonstrated in relationships of dependence and conflict. It is often noted that in order to truly understand one's element, one ought to learn about the other element phases and how they interact and contrast each other, for all the elements are manifold expressions of the same chi essence. We are all one vibration behind the lustrous waves of our separate forms. By accommodating the essence of our fellows, we can thus blend and better deal with each other from a viewpoint of mystic kinship, familiarity, and energetic oneness. According to Taoist philosophy, no one element can be called the strongest or the weakest. Like the yin and yang, they are forever interdependent and always equal in strength. They are eternally joined in the chain of life that brings about their existence. There is no power or struggle for dominance. Each has its own place and function. Even in the human body, these 5 elements maintain their reciprocal relationships. In Chinese medicine and acupuncture, the elements rule the 5 major organs of the body. Metal is linked to the lungs. Fire controls the heart. Wood is associated with the kidneys. Earth rules the spleen and pancreas, and wood is identified with the liver. So when a Chinese doctor, herbalist, or acupuncturist treats an illness, he has to keep these interrelations in mind. For example, when the earth, pancreas, is affected, the metal, lungs, are weakened too. If the water, kidney, malfunctions, then it cannot produce its counterpart, wood, and consequently the wood organ, the liver, will begin to deteriorate. Wood, parent of fire, child of water. From wood we get fire. Fire cannot exist by itself, but is produced by burning wood. Also, fire is generated by rubbing together 2 pieces of wood. Water feeds wood. Water here means the rain or dew that makes plant life flourish, producing wood in the process. Wood is dependent on water for life and growth. Wood is controlled or directed by metal. Even the largest tree can be felled by the metal blade of an axe. Metal cuts wood into useful pieces. We need metal to prune a tree's dead branches and help wood rejuvenate. This also reflects that wood bases its actions and decisions on its sense of values and principles, and in the expression of the will. Metal is Venus, representing value, like rare unearthed gems. Since wood is controlled by metal, wood acts based on the overall value of things and actions, having a keen sense of what is dull and what is powerfully effective. Wood is particularly concerned with the sharpening of individual talents. From my own notes, wood is directed by metal. Therefore, they can be coldly crystallized and static within, subconsciously being magnetized through settled conduits of action, which they slowly mercurialize for themselves. Yet, like the opening of spring's roots, these wireworks of obstinate activity eventually turn into a plain land of workable opportunities for wood, like seeds of autumn which suddenly come to life in spring, making action and execution easy. That's why it is said that wood struggles at first, but that life gets easier for them later on. The first part of their lives is spent spreading seeds, yet eventually those seeds sprout and open like spring's buds. Earth is controlled by wood. Trees and their roots hold the soil together and draw nourishment from the earth. Without the helpful presence of wood, the earth would erode or dissipate. Just as the material world requires spirit, Jupiter, to be maintained.
The following material comes from Cosmic Astrology, an east-west guide to your internal energy persona by Mantak Chia and William U. Wei, published and copyrighted in 2012 by Destiny Books in Rochester, Vermont, U.S. I do not own the following content. The wood element: flower, tree, forest. Movement: sprouting. Patterns: kindness, sensitive, gentle, criers, worriers, caring. Woods have a sweet tooth and especially like to eat chocolate, candies, cakes, and ice cream. They are aware that eating sugar is not healthy, but sweets make them feel a lot better and they cannot resist. However, when friends say sweet words, their craving is diminished, and they can also mentally record and play their positive statements in the morning and evening. Woods are prone to crying and cry a few times a week. When they're at home alone, they cry often and actually like the feeling, which is normal for them and should be expected. They have a strong sense of justice and take it personally when people, animals, or even plants are victimized. Their sympathy brings on tears. Heartlessness is practically beyond their comprehension, as is why others hide their feelings and never cry. Woods are extremely kind to others, even though some woods know how to alter that kindness. Woods that have discovered the real power of kindness start by producing kindness toward themselves. Tend to personal needs first. Woods must learn to practice kindness towards themselves first, for if they spread themselves out too thin, they won't take care of the self, the vehicle which is truly doing all this helping, and they'll make things worse in the long run. Others cannot be as sweet and naturally kind while being as unrelenting and firm in the nonviolent fashion of persuasion and discipline as woods. Those in trouble, especially deep emotional difficulty, naturally turn to woods for help. People telephone them or sit with them and reveal their souls. Woods are fantastic listeners and let people pour out the negative thoughts and emotions from their hearts. After they tend to people's needs, woods can start to feel quite badly unless they have learned to practice kindness towards themselves. They absorb the pain of others and put it into themselves. Woods are romantically inclined, and love is food for their soul. Woods can lose their vital force easily, but are able to get it back without effort. The beautiful, loving, kind, and romantic heals and restores them quickly, and they can resume their visions or fantasies. They are simply moved by anything filled with love and sweetness. Nature is dear to their hearts, and they enjoy taking care of plants, children, and animals. Woods have green thumbs and are able to cultivate plants even in harsh environments. Woods love the underdog and the downtrodden much more than the victorious. They feel the pain of the injured and support them over those who precipitated the injury. They feel unworthy of the good things they have because so many on the planet do not even have basic necessities. Woods are unaware. They think they are responsible for suffering and therefore want to take it on themselves. Woods constantly look for ways to assist others. Woods are not good at fighting for their own interests, but their power grows when they have to defend other people. When attacked, they never have the strength or desire to defend themselves. They can even sympathize with the individual who tries to verbally attack them or do harm to them. When others are attacked, something changes in them, and they immediately start defending their friends and frequently forget or regret what they say later, and usually apologize to those whom they have spoken in an abrasive manner. Woods are very sensitive to verbal attacks by others, and even signs of indifference and general lack of gratitude can hurt them. Like a small axe to a large tree, woods can be hurt by a quick exchange of words or looks. Vulgarity, dirty looks, everything that is unclean and not courteous is disturbing to woods. Woods are insecure about themselves and are usually not sure if they are doing the right thing. They are warriors and are constantly thinking. They are mixed with fears and notions produced by lack of confidence. Making a decision does not stop woods from continuing their doubt and worry, and never seems to shut down. They seek metaphysical help and guidance by praying, and sometimes visions provide answers to their questions. In addition, they make a lot of hand and arm gestures and frequently touch their hair or something else near their head. It is like a sign indicating a lot of difficulty in thinking correctly. Finances can be a problem with woods, and they often struggle with money. This does not prevent them from having visionary ideas about a business worth billions of dollars, but they are unable to stick to a budget and usually spend more than they make. Woods can be untidy with their rooms or houses, but everyone feels welcome wherever they are because a person can relax, be themselves, and not worry about messing things up. Woods are constantly engaged in taking care of other people, so they have little time or energy to take care of themselves. Frequently, woods become vegetarians because of compassion, as well as not being able to stand the idea of hurting another living being for food. They seem unable to harm any living creature or plant. Woods will sometimes lie or mislead people in order not to hurt their feelings. This sometimes has a short-term benefit, but in the long term, it repeatedly gets them into trouble. Many woods report that the reactions of others to their offers to help made them cry. Being called nutcases, degenerates, or other unkind names is often the result when they only wanted to offer sincere assistance. Woods have a difficult time being resentful against a person who has done them wrong. It is worse for them psychologically to feel badly about a person than it is to release the entire thing and act as if nothing had taken place. Candles, cookies, or essential oils with fragrant smells like flowers aid woods in their lives. Unpleasant odors cause woods to get strong headaches, allergies, or sinusitis. Woods have a reaction to cold and lose their good temperament the minute the sun goes down and it gets cold. Woods find motivation difficult to acquire unless they believe that they are assisting others. Aiding others gives them happiness and a reason to work very hard. Green is a good color for woods because they are strengthened by the vibrations. Their body and soul are simply fortified by this color. Woods tend to be artists, interior designers, or jewelers and are good at working with gems, beads, fabrics, flowers, light stones, and wood. They should eat only good quality sweets and get sweet feelings from romance or family life. Dancing is a good activity for them. Doing what they love prevents sweet food from becoming an addiction and helps them stay in shape as well as being psychologically happy. Woods love to hear pleasing, genial, loving, and caring words, or they will become pitiful and perhaps ill with depression. Spring is the perfect period for woods to find their ideal mate, move to a new house, buy a new car, or find another career, and is excellent for taking a holiday for renewal and general revitalization. Breakfast is probably the favorite meal for woods, and they are usually in a better frame of mind during the first portion of the day. Woods are connected to the liver. The liver takes care of cleaning the blood and giving lovely, silky, bright skin to woods when they are in good health. However, when they have a poor diet, too much stress, grief, or drinking, they can have skin issues. Woods will develop terrible skin rashes on their face, hands, or entire body if they are under too much stress. Woods need to learn to laugh and smile a great deal because it will make their liver healthier. They will be happier if they drink a lot of herbal teas such as chamomile, mint, rosehip, and dandelion. Woods need to practice breathing techniques while imagining emerald green light passing through the liver. This keeps it bright and happy and is a great facilitator of happiness and health. They should have an internal conversation with the liver, urging it to be happy and thanking it for all the work it does.